How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today's topic is what would happen if alcohol didn't cause any physical damage. And what I mean by that is, what happens if you could drink as much as you wanted, right? And it didn't cause any liver failure, it didn't cause any problems with your kidneys, with your blood, with your lungs, with anything in your body, with your brain. What would happen? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I hear this argument all the time about smoking weed. A lot of people say, well, yeah, you can smoke weed and there's no physical damage to it. This is something that I don't really agree with. I think if you're inhaling a smoke into your body over and over again over many years, I think there's going to be some severe lung problems at least, regardless of anything else that's going to happen physically or psychologically. I mean, I know people that were smoking weed for years and have just gone depressed and they blame the weed for it, and I can see where they're coming from that perspective. But, leaving the physical damage aside, let's say that there was no damage to smoking weed, there's no damage to drinking alcohol. Let's say, just for argument's sake, that was the case. So you can drink what you want with impunity, right? There's no physical consequences to your liver, there's no liver damage, no cirrhosis, there's none of these things. You can just drink until you get the buzz that you want, and that's it, no consequences. If all you want to do is to get a buzz, to drink alcohol and get wasted, that wouldn't be a problem. You wouldn't have a problem with alcohol, because you're achieving your end. You're getting the buzz, you're getting wasted, and you're not causing yourself any physical damage, so you're going to live maybe as long as you would have done if you hadn't ever have touched alcohol, right? No consequences. And this is a concept of looking at alcohol as a problem. Seeing people as problem drinkers, or saying, well, this guy's got a problem with alcohol. All of this stuff is, when your doctor says it to you, for instance, or your best mate says it to you, or your husband or your wife says to you, you've got a problem with alcohol. This is all a very subjective viewpoint from their point of view, right? It's they're looking at you and they're seeing whatever they're seeing, and they're deducing from their point of view that you've got a problem. Now, if you don't see it as a problem, if you don't see getting drunk every night, and you don't see, the consequences, the real consequences of drinking alcohol as a problem, you're not going to stop. You have to really see alcohol. You have to see the consequences yourself. You have to feel the consequences yourself, and you have to start to view it yourself in your mind as a problem before you will do anything about it. And this is the overall problem. You see, there is not just a physical aspect to drinking or to smoking joints, right? For me, there is the opportunity cost. There is all the things that you could be doing with your life, with your time, with the money that you're spending on alcohol. All of these things compounding up and making this big time suck or money suck. And it's, once you look at that, when I looked back at my time drinking, and I saw it as over 30 years of drinking alcohol for how many hours a day, it wasn't every day that I did it. Gradually towards the end of it, it was getting worse and worse. But when I add up the time, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that I could have been doing something else. I could have been studying, I could have been exploring, I could have been exploring myself in a mental way, or I could have been exploring the world, or I could have been building relationships, or whatever, but I wasn't. I was drinking. And this, for me, is the biggest problem of all, that a lot of people don't see, because they get so wrapped up and caught up in their own drinking that they miss this point of view. So my point in this video is that even if you never had one physical consequence to you drinking alcohol, just think about the alternatives that you could be doing, living life. One of the big things that I noticed when I stopped drinking alcohol was the amount of time that I had, because I wasn't consuming the alcohol. I wasn't spending the time that it takes to drink. Once you start drinking, there's very little else you can do, and because of the going through that drunkenness where your time gets hazed anyway, and the consequences of that when you have the hangover, and that also costs you in terms of time. But it's not only that, it's the fact that if you do the same thing over and over and over again, anything, it will gradually combine in your mind. The memories will combine, and you won't be able to isolate one thing from another. In the last 7 years, I have done so many things, so many different things. From traveling to meeting new people, so many things that I've spent my money on. I've earned more money because I'm more productive. But it is in those things that it's the time that you spend that I can isolate so many different areas of life and go, geez, I remember that. And it's something that I can't say when I was drinking because, I was working and I was drinking. And that's what it boiled down to. I was working for my drinking, although I didn't realize it at the time. So I want you to look at it from that perspective of what happens if there was no physical consequences to you drinking alcohol. What happens if there's no physical consequences? And you can take this if you're smoking weed as well. You can take this if you're doing any habit like that. What if there's no physical consequences to it? But look at it from a psychological point of view. Look at it from a time point of view and a money point of view. What could you be doing? What are the opportunity costs? I think you'll find this really enlightening. And I hope you'll find it inspirational, that you will start to look at your own life and go, this guy's got a point. And from now on, I'm going to make some changes in my life. Now, there's 3 ways that I can help you to quit drinking alcohol. One of them is free. You download my new book, 10 Steps to Stop Drinking Alcohol. There's a link down below for that, and you can, as you say, you can get it for free. Download it, open it up and have a look at it, read it, because if you don't do that, it's not going to do anything for you. And just apply the 10 steps. And these are some of the things that I've used in my life just to open up those opportunity costs for myself. Second way is to join our Habits Unplugged. This is our membership program, which there's a $1 trial. Once you sign up for the book, you'll get that. If you have already got the book, you can let me know and I'll give you the link for the $1 trial. And the third way is we've got one-on-one coaching, which you can find at alcoholmastery/coaching-info. And that's a third way I can help you. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Just look at your life from that perspective, look at your drinking from that perspective, and see if there are ways that you are, just don't look at the physical consequences, because life means much more than damaging your body. When you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money, those can have, I find, much more profound consequences over the long term. Because you can do what I did, and you can waste 30 years, and you can say, right, well, the physical consequences now haven't tipped me over the edge. I can still do something about that, and I can reverse that, but I can never get back those years. I can never get back those drunken nights that I wasted when I could have been doing something else. I can never get back that money that I spent, doing that. All I can do is what I'm doing now, moving forward. So I hope you got something out of that. Take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.